You threaten my people with slavery and death. Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
This is Pauper!
Little bit of a hiccup there at the top. Hey everybody, I'm a bit sleep deprived. This is Propaganda, Jaboozy, Robin Hood, 99, Pangolin Wrangler, and of course Mindstep Throw in the house nice and early. So it's been, it's funny how these things work out. I thought I played Heroic like 7 months ago, and I looked and it was like 3 years ago. So this bald head comes with a few perks, one of them being time travel of the deck building persuasion. Anyway, good to have you with us. We're playing a deck with armadillos. How crazy is that? So this deck has completely changed and morphed. I've taken a few tournament decks, taken them out, seen what I liked, tried another one, seen what I liked. A lot of them use the Vigilance land that gives +1/1 just for a turn. I didn't think it was worth the setback. Some ran 3, some ran 2. I tried both, then I went to 0 just with all 17 basics. This can get marooned at 1 land for quite a while, being that the curve stops at 2, and you don't really want to be relying on losing an entire turn of tempo, in my opinion. So anyway, we've got 2 armadillos. Most lists run 3. 3 Emerged Unscathed, 4 armor, of course, 2 Homestead Courage. So I lost one of these and one of these to make a 4 of and both of our evasion creatures. Big surprise. I'd much rather fly over with good stuff than have to rely on our Benevolent Blessing to get through hordes of creatures. We've got 4 Umbras, 4 Lagonna-Band Trailblazers. I got to keep scrolling down. 4 Sentinel's Eyes. We're all about Vigilance. 4 Solid Footing, more of a combat trick, but when the secondary Vigilance trick works, it's awesome. And then all 4 Spirit Links, which can be used as defense too. If you're at 6 life, Gormag Angler's coming at you, you put it on there, you go down to 1, you go back up, you can stay alive versus the Lifelink trigger. The new Wonderweave Aerialist. I wish this had the different art of the newer set of Spider-Man Online, but all that legal stuff. This is the one we got to put up with. It is kind of a neat take on a spider sort of a bulbous body there with the hair there. We've got 4 Benevolent Blessings and the Skyguard. I tried the list for a long time of 3 and 3, and I really missed having my flyers on turn 2 as a regular way to get through. Anyway, in our sideboard, 3 Deftblade Elite. This is just kind of a catch-all. We could block big blue all day long, pay the 2, and just keep swinging. I went with 1 more lifelink than regular, and I lost any sort of removal package. I was messing around with Sunlands for a while. Against red, it's amazing. It can still get you at least the version with Gutter Snipe. So a long time for I was messing around with Journey to Nowhere versus Sunlance, and I went with Sunlance for a while. I figured I just need more lifelink anyway, since we're going pretty hard in the paint with these. And I didn't have any defense against hexproof, so I added 2 Leave No Trace, and we've got 2 shields here. So congrats on the new jobs. Yeah, thank you for that. I am pretty tired though. I've been doing not doubles, but a lot of overtime, and yeah, it's been a thing. So let me do this, set this to here, but I'm really, really, really liking it. It's neat to be on my feet and just be seeing people and moving around. Hey, Grogberg's here. All right, so the warehouse jobs can get a little crazy. I think I'm walking like 11 miles in a shift, so yeah, I'm going to play first. Let's see what we got here. All right, 2 lands. I really like that, and 2 creatures. Can't ask for anything more than that, especially on a turn 1 of a stream. You know how streams like to hate us, so we'll see if they've got the goods. We'll lead off with our goods and hope for the best. I'm Chimpskey. Okay, island, one of the better things we can see across from us. And, should we play it safe? Let's throw an Umbra on this and just lean on the scale backup, hoping they don't drop a swamp and then have some edict effect. I think I'm willing to do that to stay behind an edict here. Slow roll this a little bit. He is back. Yeah, I kept thinking I'm going to be, oh boy, don't be. Well, if this is of the Swamp Persuasion, we're going to be able to at least wait a turn to do the thing. Yeah, all this talk, most of my shifts, it's funny, they hired me because I was available really early morning, but during the holidays and stuff, they need you till midnight or after. So I haven't been getting my normal sleep or my morning walks, but I've been making up for more than that on my walks in the during the shift, you know, so getting paid. I'm a professional walker, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I think it's time. I don't really want to throw blue on that. I think I'm just going to keep slow rolling this, guys, till we get another critter out of the gates here. Had I dropped solid footing, I kind of would have gone for it there, but I'm playing a little hesitant here. I should, since we haven't seen black, I should probably kind of go more all in. I'm just afraid maybe they've got snap, or I'm not quite sure what our opponent's on yet. So Rogue's one of those decks you go all in on it. Oh, okay, well this kind of makes things obvious. Okay. I'm going to be pulling red on this anyway, so I'm just going to get the extra points here. We're going to drop here, say red. We're just getting the triggers here, that's all. We'll go like this. I'll call red on this too. Red. Go from here. I'll put a full-blown blessing on this for red. No response. Red. Attack. Yeah. Haya's left front. Alrighty. Yeah, it's funny. I had your Chimpskey gave me all the planes for the new set that I like so much, and I had them in here. And then the update happened, and it shuffled them all around, and I was in a sleepy hurry, and I was just like, right click, add this. It was the first one I saw that I had enough of. So this originally had Chimpskey's planes in it. It has to do most of my white weenie lists. He's gracious enough to give me about 20 of those lands, or 24 of them, whatever it was. Woo! So yeah, and kind of a holding pattern with the new job as far as like, you know, you got to make it through the holidays, and then they kind of assess if you're worthy and all that stuff. And so I'm trying to give them no reason to not like me. So every time they call, it's just like, can you come in early? Can you stay late? It's like, yes, yes, yes. Which is usually how I roll anyway. Alrighty, we've got a Vigilance card and not much else, but we'll go for here. Boop. Rocking this. All right, we've got the courage. We're gonna go for it here. We'll put a counter on this. Be Captain Redundancy here. Strange to not be playing with mutagenic growth. Really like that in this sort of style, but right now we'll just do this. Hopefully they don't have a snap. We're gonna be really dead in the water if we do that. 2 lands where you really want to be sitting here. 3 at most. Yeah, the bottom line, leaning on Journey and things like that, you can get a little crazy with what do we have here? Oh, there it is. Boop. Here we go. He's going to be doing the thing. Are we just dead here? Discards 1 or more cards, deals that much damage to the opponent. He draws a card. So we're dead. Pretty cool, Grogberg. You're just going to be able to get all this stuff going on here. We'll let him go off and show off his goodies here. 1 turn away. Have to think, if I didn't think they might have had red, or I knew it, they were on. The benefits of playing rogue, right? You give a little bit of a hesitation out of the gates, and I'm guilty of it too. I didn't want to get bounced, but not quite sure if they had the ability to do that. Yep. This would be pretty funny to bring in my protection from blue and green spell and throw it on there. But I mean, we do have Benevolent Blessing, which is far superior for that ability. So we see how the combo works. Very cool. They got us right at the gates. You are combo. Start with an L. Let's go to the sideboarding. Leave no trace, little behind the fact. They're just going to be able to respond to it indefinitely. I don't know if we just roll this back. We already have Lifelink, and I mean we can even shut off the combo with our Spirit Link. Yep. If we had it, we would have been able to do the thing. We saw blue and red. I doubt they're going to block with the Aquamoeba. That's more of the combo piece that they're going to be setting up. Sometimes I like to bring in the mask over the Ethereal Armor. The Emerge Unscathed. But I really think I might just run this back. I'm just going to run this back, see how we roll with it. Now that I know what I'm up against, I feel pretty good. Not going to overboard. Thought my headphones were broken this morning. Did all these tests. It's always about a reboot. It always seems to solve everything in the computer worlds. I remember way back when the internet was first starting, kids. Oh boy, these are the kind of hands you hate. Gotta throw this back. I worked for Earthlink, which was like one of the first dial-ups in Northern California. And believe it or not, Mr. Untechy, was tech support. I got a job there. And every single fix was just, is your caps lock on or reboot? That was what my job was. They could have saved a lot of money if they just had a recording that told people the steps on how to check if your caps lock's on or reboot your computer. And it still rings true to this day. Well, not the caps lock so much, but yes, first main phase. I get you. Here we go. We're going to go super aggro, but this might be where they have bounce, but we're going to risk it. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of life gain. I don't want to overboard here, miss our theme, you know. Ooh, that's what I was talking about. Against red, you know, sometimes they still just have it, and just having lifelink and protection from red is just everything. So let's go on that route. Let's rock. Boom, boom, boom. This gets bounced. I'm going to feel like a fool, but till then, we're just going to keep smashing forward with as much pain as we can gather. Isn't that a fabric softener? Boiler works, all right. This suggests snap, so I'm a little scared. I almost want to call red here. I mean, a blue on the protection from spell. Yeah, out here in the States, you know, we've got the whole Thanksgiving holiday and then Black Friday and stuff. So the next few weeks, I'm going to be Mr. Bags under the eyes because I naturally get up early. It almost doesn't matter how late I stay up. All right, this is kind of over now. Put this on here, which gives it vigilance for the turn and a little soda pop bonus for all you K-pop fans out there. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, never mind. We're not there yet. Here's the leap. I get about 6. Usually on average, 6 good ones. Then I have like an hour of waking up to a podcast. Joe Rogan's latest has some like alien show something or other on it, and it's fascinating. In their opinion, they're getting very close to admitting like it's like kind of a race of which country is going to spill the beans first as far as like admitting that alien technology is real and all that stuff. So it's pretty fascinating stuff. All right, well, we can at least kill part of their combo unless we get a, whatchamacallit here. Shall we go all in? Excuse me. Let's put this on here. Okay, a whole lot of life. And do I want to do the thing? I think I want to just bluff that I've got the other thing. I'm just going to attack. Yeah, that's what they were talking about in Chimpskey. So it's pretty fascinating stuff. I think it's pretty ridiculous to think that we're completely alone. I know maybe in this universe we might be the only case of life, but gosh, it just seems like everywhere they're looking now, it's stuff's wiggling on Mars or doing weird stuff. So, yeah, no, Lex Friedman's another one I really like to listen to on that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've got podcasts up the wazoo. I usually do these long walks in the morning because I was waiting for work for so long, but hopefully those days are behind me. But what's really fascinating now is that, let's see, I want to keep this. I was telling my wife and my mother that I feel like I'm returning to my 80s self because eating in a warehouse, there's forklifts and stuff. You're not allowed to have headphones on or whatever. It's very obvious, right? And, I'm learning a new job. There's thousands of things. And towards the end of the shift, it's like a reverse treasure hunt of like, where does this thing go? And I mean, this place is massive. It's like, feels like a square mile. So that's why I say I'm getting a lot of walking in. But you're alone with your thoughts so much, and there's no distractions. There's just people interaction, and it really feels like kind of a, I don't want to sound too woo-woo, but almost like a spiritual cleanse. Like I've never been too much of a techno head anyway, as far as like overdoing it with technologies and all these little, toys that we all have and stuff like that. But it is neat unplugging for that amount of time and just, doing the thing. So I'm telling you, it feels like that. It's pretty darn far. All right, we'll do this. Put the thing on here. See if he's got a vapor snag or something like that. That would really suck. Remember, our solid footing has flash. See if we can get there. Now that I'm playing it right, does he have a vapor snag? All right, well, he's got that. That sucks. That'll save him about 7 life. No. Very good spell against heroic. Some might say the best. Boy, we're really flooded though. We can usually pay for it now. Flash. Ah. Save the universe. All right, what are they waiting on? There's no prismatic strands in red. What's going on here? Are they flashing things back? All right, let's do the life thing. Mostly for the trigger. Got a spell pierce in our yard. Do they got a trick here? We're feigning that we have a pro spell here, meaning pro protection from something. Vigilance. One of the most underrated abilities. Tayakuba. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got second. Thanks for bringing that up. I got second. I forget what I lost to in Pauper Classic Tuesday, but I was like, this is a really good call. Gains a lot of life. But believe it or not, guess what I lost to? It was that darn, I lost at least one round or one match or game to Gutter Snipe. And it was like, and I had I was gaining about this much life a turn. Didn't matter. A couple Fire Blasts and another Gutter Snipe to make everything +4 on everything. It was just nuts. So if we got another solid footing here, we'll just win. Some Demir, yeah, you're probably right, Dakuba. Feels like 10 years ago to me, man. This has been a long week, and I'm grateful for it. It's so neat to just have long days, and I'm just very appreciative about all that kind of stuff. All right, here we go. Drop this up. Wish I had some Vigilance. Be amazed how many times you wish for Vigilance here. All right, we don't get it. We'll drop another creature. Just feigning that we've got the Benevolent Blessing, etc. in our hand. They might be able to get there. We're giving them a little bit too much of an opening here if they can block. That's right, yeah. I bump into Fred Hawk a lot. I think I'm only about 30% against him, but I'm usually pretty tired and or the bottom of a drink by the time the last round hits. So no disservice to him. He's a great player. So I was trying like crazy to think of an avatar style list to do here. As much as I love that set, boy, it's going to be very few and far between, or maybe some sideboard cards and stuff. Nothing really screamed at play this. It's awesome, Ay. I think this Emerge is going to be better played at the end of turn because we can't really make it work right now. I could get in for 6, and then we're just kind of naked and all of our secrets are out. So we'll just hit for 5. They put down a blocker. We'll just win. Almost out of range of them doing the discard trick. Of course, we do have to, never mind, we do have to factor in the amount of cards they have in their hand too. So play Cactus Juice. Yeah, a searchable counterspell is pretty nasty. That's actually one of the ones I was thinking. The Daily Indoctrination, it'll quench you. And I think maybe that water skin from the waterbender, something, you get to have a mana on your opponent's turn or something. But I don't know. I was thinking what deck would really run that? And I couldn't really think of one, but it does seem like a pretty flexible card. Centaurs always seem to be naked. Yeah. Speaking of, I feel I am a Sagittarius, so there's that. But at work, everybody's all bundled up in this warehouse, 3 or 4 layers sometimes, and I'm always just in a shirt and sweating. It's no matter time of day or whatnot, it's crazy. I go for that? Oh, it doesn't really matter here. I think we pass here and just do this. Alrighty, so let me try this out here. Give this Pro Blue, see if they've got an answer. Hard counter maybe? Hey, all right, we snuck in there. I think we should have WW'd that one, but I was playing way too conservatively. Just could have easily gone the other way, right? They dropped Swamp and, oops, no, leave. Let me leave this event. Sorry, it doesn't have Watchers. Let me do custom match. Apologies. 2, no quitters, and 25. There we go. Just want to have my no quitter sign up. I don't know who I bumped into there. This new interface isn't always that intuitive as far as like when you join things. So, but yeah, everybody's kind of like, "Aren't you cold?" And I'm just like literally a paper towel about every 10 minutes. I'm like wiping my head and I keep from blinding people. My blinding light. Grogberg, yeah. I thought there was a swamp headed our way, and I was kind of slow rolling that and trying not to get bounced or edicted, if that's a word. It should be in the future. We're going to say yes to this. We are aggro after the... Oh, yuck. Mulligan this. We only have 17 lands. It's really rare to have that many. We'll keep this. Hi-ya-ya. We got 2 critters. You know, I think I might throw back the armor here. We got so much vigilance. I'll throw back the Sentinel's Eyes. We'll say done on that. Alrighty, let's bring out the Armadillo. I only like 2 of these because that 4 actually does come into play. The ability for 4 to make it, you know, at least get like 4-0. And that's much later in the game. So it's pretty much there as a blocker or edict food unless it's your only creature. And then you can kind of go all in. But yeah. Barding, I never knew that. I'm Chimpskey. I'm sorry, I'm reading all backwards here. We're talking the history of centaurs here. This is what we're all about, folks. All right, we're probably going to call black on Benevolent Blessing here. Contaminated Aquifer showing up. I have no idea what this person's on, but it probably has to do with sacrificing creatures. So let's bring out another creature and do nothing. Hiya! See if you can fly. This is when we love having 3 mana because we can cast Ethereal Armor with Benevolent Blessing backup, which is pretty much White's counterspell. Yeah, the Barding comment has to do with the Centaur discussion. Very nice. What is this new devilry? Amazing, too, how heavy some things are. Like, so there's a... What is it called? Top down, box down. There's some term where, you know, when the warehouse is closed at night, you have to make everything look nice because everything's been picked apart. And I got put on the soda and dog food and like cat, you know, pet supplies. Oh my God, some of this industrial grade kitty litter is like 50 pounds a box. And after you've moved like your 30th one, I was like, felt like I went to the gym and worked out. Surprised I wasn't more sore. I was pretty thrilled by that. That was pretty fun. All right, we'll do this. I'm not going to wait around. I want to do the thing. I'm going to call... We're just going to call black on this. Say black. And attack. Call green next. We already see an ent in their future. For right now, I think I'm just going to double Homestead and smash. But yeah, you know, when you buy like soda in bulk and it's just that big case, it's quite heavy. Moving 1 or 2, no big deal, but after about a half hour you're just like, geez, I have to keep making sure to use my left as much as my right so I don't get all Schwarzified on one side and anemic on the other. So no, it's been really cool people. Just really feel like I'm supposed to be there at this time and stage and blah blah blah. So enough about that. But that's why the schedule is going to be kind of an upheaval. You know, it's like it's very rare that they'll call me. They could call me right now and be like, "Sorry, stream's got to go," and then I'm going to be Johnny on the spot until I get like my foot in the door officially. So, woo. They did promise that all of January and February is going to be kind of like a no man's land because everybody's returning gifts, nobody's shopping, blah blah blah, and then they call back the people they like in March. So I could still go to. And I probably will be in like some little unemployment slump for another 60 days after the fact, but with at least a little bit of hope that I've got something with really good benefits coming on the horizon. So more on that as it develops. Till then, it's Armadillo time. Let's go. Oh, we're just going to go all in here. There's no reason not to. Just going to go for it. We're snapping things back. We're doing the thing. Going all in, baby. Woo! Wish this was a little bit better spell, but hey, what you gonna do? Gonna get. Smack. I've got Edict backed up. Yeah, Curfew. We've got Curfew covered. We got 2 critters. We got Edict covered. I still feel a little naked. More worried about something of the bounce persuasion. Yeah, and it's an end of an era for my buddy up at the Halloween farm. They sold the entire farm, and in about 2 weeks, he's going to have to move to Utah. So he's been getting ready, complete upheaval. Here's a guy that super, super talented genius dude. My buddy, we just call him the folk hero. He's the one that hosts that awesome Halloween party in the woods I always go to every year. So for about, what has it been now? Almost 30 years straight. Yeah, the entire farm, I think, got bought up by some .com dude, something like 85 acres. And he's got, his family actually lives in Utah. It's a long story, but so he's got to completely uplift and move over there and stuff. So yeah, kind of an end of an era. In fact, when I went in October, I had a feeling everybody knew this was, probably the last year and stuff. And I just knew in my bone marrow, I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is it. And I was right. It's weird. Farm's got a lot of memories. Just picture a really spooky hill with all these massive trees and such, and a whole lot of adventures. And in fact, the first year we did the big Halloween unveil, or he did, and we went to go there, the entire farm burned down, and his house with it. So he had a mobile home unit set up on this hill, and there's just all these sticks with the silhouette of branches and just char, and it's not like the ground was still smoking, but it was almost that close. And so he put like dry ice, like he made a moat around this fire pit of dry ice, and so the whole ground was seething in smoke and hay bales, and a little, when things are burnt, they look cool by moonlight at night. And that was the first year, and then he started adding stunts to everything after that, and it just became this legendary, like, super focused Halloween Burning Man only for 20 people sort of party. It was pretty awesome. Okay, we're going to get eventually some Vigilance, so I'll lean on keeping this. Yeah, fast show today because we're on a fast deck. That is by design. I don't know if my phone's going to ring or if I need a nap. So the upload may or may not happen today. I might hit upload and have it set to private, and then the phone rings and it's tomorrow by the time I upload this. So apologies, YouTubers. Come join us on Twitch. Be part of the conversation when we talk about creature. Maybe your nap is going to ring? Yeah. My phone will alert me in a bolted haze upright. All right, let's go. Getting very flooded with only 17 lands. This is strange. Okay. We see the anti-creature land colors, red and black. That's good. We've got more babes for the party. Let's go. I'm almost tempted to use... if I get a Vigilance card here, it might be time to go Armadillo on this guy. This guy's like feels left out. He's like, hey man, you cut me to 2, so I'm going to show up in every one of your hands. You see those a lot out here. Do you guys all get Armadillos out in Europe and stuff? We sure do here in the States and Midwest and in the southern territories like Texas and stuff. You just see them all the time. Yeah, gain the our Aerialist. That's the one that's it's mostly about there. So let's see if we can draw a counter. Or I mean a removal spell. just being cutesy here. Let's go. All right, nothing. Now cat's out of the bag. Wonderweave Artillerist or something. Yeah, it's funny. Gatherling's that way too, where it just doesn't. Maybe they're related. It just doesn't. Like for a week or 2 or sometimes a month, if you play with a new card, you have to, for you people new to Gatherling, if you enter one of these free Pauper events, courtesy of like ESO, who's super generous with his prizes and so. Whoa, I was just thinking the other day, nobody's playing this anymore. So what do we just call a pro red on it and laugh all the way to the bank? Isn't that the way it works? It's been so long. What's the Putrid Goblin combo again? It just does the first day of class and then does the thing. So I don't think Benevolent Blessing will really work, right? Somebody help me out here. So I think I want to do this. I don't even know if they have removal here. I think we're err on caution here. Let's do this. Let's just attack. I'll end of turn blessing, but I'm not telling tales out of school. I don't know this. I don't have this deck on my memory banks anymore. As far as like, do they run cast down? Can somebody do some quick research on this creature? I'd appreciate it. I don't believe it's an enchant creature or anything that targets the golem. I think it's just a first day of class trick, and then they do the thing. Okay, and then they keep sacking it to, yeah, that's right, to Skirk Prospector, I believe. So, and they're not going to have any flying. Oh, this is strange. You know, I asked for no quitters. Maybe they, Are they going to quit? So I'm wondering if Deftblade Elite might be a good call here. I think I'm going to bring these in. Emerge Unscathed I'm actually going to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of our half of our combo here. I'm going to bring in the mask. Well, no, do I really want that? What I want is some first strike and stuff and some life gaining. This is actually probably going to be better here. Keep all my first strikes. As a group you mentioned, I'll put 3 in the first game. That could be a large part of the... Yeah. Understood. Let me get rid of one of these. Bring in back one of these. So I'm keeping all my first strike. I don't really want to be pro-red because of the thing, so I want to have instant answers to it with the scathe. So I'm going to roll like this. This is going to do nothing. I'm still going to lean a little bit more on this. Let's go. Now this is yeah, I was just thinking the other day, maybe I ought to revisit that. Nobody's playing it anymore. It used to be like a tier list, so it's about time we get a no land hand. We're going to mulligan this. Mulligan again. Uh-oh. Is this just going to be an auto win for our opponent? If we keep doing this, it will. These are the kind of lists that can mulligan really well, as evidence here. Keeping... Well, this is better than this, so I'll get rid of this and this, even though that's a double trigger. I'd much rather have Sentinel's Eyes. Here we go. Yeah, Deftblade's going to really put a... It's just one of those cards that, against like fairies too, you just put some first strike shenanigans on it and smash. That's when Emerge Unscathed is very much better. And they still have to block, and then you give it protection. There's the Skirk. If it doesn't say Skirk, it just won't work. Who can name that commercial? It's a tagline for... It's a popular spell. Gotta go all in. Let's go. And if I'm not mistaken... No. This deck can hit like infinitely, right? I believe so. I'm trying to remember if there's one that you can technically get around with life gain. All right, we're getting close to death. See, there's the goblin combo. Oh, do they have another basic here? They're afraid of mutagenic. Haha. Alrighty. Well, there's the Aerialist. But that's going to be a little too slow for us. I do love this ward ability. I hate the art, but I love the ward. Sounds like Trump. Hate the art, love the ward. All right, let's go. Let's do the eye trick since we've got Emerge Unscathed back up. Oh, is it? I didn't even look at Skyward Spider. I just imagine it would be better, so I'll do this here. I don't know. Maybe we should just do the thing now, huh? What are we really threatening here? They might have cast down. Let's go. It's not like we have a Umbra on there right now. They can't attack anyway, so we'll do the thing. Yeah, Suture Priest, I've often thought that's such a good card. You know, maybe I should have saved Spirit Link for the creature. Of course, they could just sacrifice it the first time. Oh, no, they couldn't. That's why it works. There's that. Do they have the other card? Okay, don't need it. They've got 2 mana right there. And here comes first day. I'm going to let this go off. I mean, I don't really have a choice. Just to remind myself and my viewing audience what it is. How interesting. My stuff, though, that's pretty funny. All right, let's see where this is going. How are they going to kill us? I got to reset my memory banks. They're going to get a whole lot of mana. They're doing the thing. That's right, and then they go get like it's been that long. You know what I was saying about playing Heroic? I thought it was 7 months ago, and it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It's the same thing with this deck. I'm like, in my memory banks, I'm like, oh, wasn't that just like 4 or 5 months ago when that was popular? And it's like, it's been a while. It's been a spell. Good news is they can't really attack us. But everything has haste, so they can. That's right. Thank you for that, Butter Ghost. That's right. The 2 and a red, I believe, and then they zap you with it. I'm going to go find it. I'm not being a jerk. I just truly want to just kind of let my brain remember how this deck works. Ooh, popular. Nice one. Oh, Fairy Macabre, where are you when we need you? Introduction to Prophecy. Who wouldn't want to take that class? Out of all the things in the multiverses, I think one of the things I would like the most would be Hermione's purse. Not quite feminine on me, but I would bear the sideways glances at being able to have like a Snoopy house inside of a purse. That's pretty awesome. Just like, oh, here, let me pull out a dining room table. Whoosh. Set up things everywhere. What happens if you go in the purse, though? That's pretty creepy, huh? All right, well, might as well not lose the spell. We'll drop this. I think I'm going to call red here. Oh, no, he's got that. All right. Okay. Well, at least we know the removal now is cast down. So put an L there. Boop. Not sure if it's warranted to go the whole... You know, I want this to be sped up, so I'm going to go like this. Actually, going to pull out a few of these. Let's see... Yeah, they're going to target us. We're going to be wanting to gain a lot of life, but it's not really going to matter because they have infinite. So let's try this out. I left those in, right? Yeah, masks are gone. That's right. I don't know. Do I want those? Remember, I've always got the option for that. So all the solid footings are in. I think I like it like this. Let's rock. Yeah, so Hermione's purse is just this tiny little satchel, and her whole arm goes in it, and she can just pull out just anything. It could be a house. It's just crazy. Like similar technologies used on this little tiny tent in this one scene, and they go in it, and it's like this cathedral, like circus tent, but on the outside, it's like could maybe sleep 2 people. Yeah, I want to play first. We don't have any creatures. I'm gonna mulligan that. Feeling good here. Oh yeah. I think we'll lead off with our Deftblade here. Bag of Holding. Hey, very cool. Yeah, so very similar. Mulligan. We're going to keep this. Put a card on the bottom. We don't have Vigilance. This will have that, though. That's going to be... I think it's actually better than Spirit Link. Let's get rid of Spirit Link. Is it done? Do you have 2 flyers? Maybe Skyguard might have been the call there, but... Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like Skyguard there. Aerialist with Ward is pretty key. 2 is a lot, man. It's like asking somebody to wait 2 more turns of just getting thrashed. Bag and Sag and Berry from all that circa 1977. I have no idea what you're talking about, Diakuba. I just like to say your name, as you know. Remember, I saw Diakuba on MTGO the other night. I wrote something and I was like, I don't know if I like spelling your name or saying it more. Both are equally fun. Here we go. We're going to do the thing. Play the terrible art and attack. Deftblade has got to be a pain. It's going to be enemy number 1 if we can untap. If they have a cast down, I imagine they're going to use it on that. Well, they have to. Wonderweave has a counter spell built in. It is neat how they made creatures a little bit stronger with this little ward mechanic, huh? Uh-oh. That ain't a creature. Well, at least let's hope for a 1 mana enchantment. Thank you, thank you. Let's do Spirit Link on this. And I think I want to bait the removal spell onto that so I can react. Or should I do it now? Let's attack. Cost him some resources. Let's go. 2 gets me what? Cycling. All right. There's that. Doing the thing. Dutch comics starting in the 70s. Hey, all right. Let's see what we're going to draw here. Oh, that's really good. I think we had that one in the bag. W. All right. We shall say custom match. Always have to hit that instead of play, which is a little counterintuitive. But oh, and by the way, when you do a thing like this, look at this. The search bar's up here. They just moved it for, I would imagine, 0 reason. Most search bars are up here. Maybe that was their reasoning. PCT, a lot of times, like if you're looking for somebody, you can just type their name here and it'll show you if they're in the chat. A lot of people don't know that, so I like to bring it up. Another thing I like to do that some people are like, are you kidding me? I've never known about that. You go to properties when you're making a list, sample hand. You can just do test draws of your hand and see how the mana feels every time. It's pretty cool. A little flooded. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. See? It's a nice way to see if MTGO is biased against you. Woo! All right. So our pangolin clickbait experiment didn't really go too well. I think our last videos only got like under 2K videos, so that's a little low for me. I usually get around between 2,000 and 3,000 by week's end, which, so long as I've been doing it, it is almost embarrassing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I keep doing it. Remember what the definition of that is? Here we go. Round 4, 3-0. Technically, these have all been pretty good decks, though. Grogburgs is pretty sweet. I think I want to play something like that next week. Mulligan. All right, we got 2 critters. We got 3 critters. Can I hear a 4? Who's got 4? 4 over there? All right, we don't know what's going on here yet, so you know what? I'm going to get rid of the Armadillo, just in case this is red. I don't want to get rid of a double Spirit Link hand. There's a red. There it is. Glad I didn't listen to the Armadillo. That's true, Dreamer Stingo. Oh, I know what you mean, Mindstep, though. I just like that it's all built in to this one. All right. Liking our decision a lot here. We can Spirit Link, Ethereal, and just smash face. Hopefully. We'll see. All right, there's that. So this is the go wide list. I'm going to favor drawing a Vigilance move here because this is all about Bushwhacker, which is the answer to the riddle earlier. If it doesn't say Skirk, it just won't work. That's the deal. We're going to block here. Outside of a mutagenic growth, I'm not too worried. Already gained 2 life in theory. Give me the thing. Boom, 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 boom. Always. Spirit Link. I'm going to wait. I can just gain the 4 before they do damage and sit back and just be a roadblock that chews things up till we get Vigilance. I'm not cool. Oh, all right. Well, that was easy. W. So here's when it all comes into play, folks. We're going to bring in the Lifelink. We're going to bring in all of our masks on Grace. I don't like the Skyguard here. It's a bit vulnerable. If I'm going to invest in a flyer, I want it to have Ward built in, which frees up. All we need to do now is get rid of 3 spots. Homestead, I believe we get rid of the majority of our combo because we're not the aggro here. So I go with 3 less footings here. A little hard in the paint with the blessings. Let me get these here. Bring back in 2 of these. I think this is how I was doing it on Monday. Cut 3 lands. It'd be so cool to be able to do that knowing that you're just going to draw like 3 and never see another one. It's like, yeah, gotcha. So this feels really good. Keep. We just want that. Red is so good at doing what it does that we have to be that much better at doing what we do just to survive because they have the onus, right? And so we drop something that can't really be killed outside of a Fire Blast, and we enchant the hell out of it and hope for the best. Heroic on papers, technically the deck they don't want to see, especially when I draw that. Jeez, oh, let's do that. Just totally out of range. And if they wait for us to do the thing, we can do the thing back. We just want to have Vigilance. That's really the key in this matchup because you can gain 5 or 6 life and then they swing for like 16 and all of a sudden you're on your back heel and you can't really attack. And if you don't have first strike or Vigilance, it's like, look at this, just beautiful tempo. Whoever found this Rally the Homburg into a Burning Tree combo is pretty sweet. Problem is we've got this scenario. Might get a concession here real quick. Especially if this goes down. Spirit Link here. Yeah, let's risk it. Now that we have first strike, I'm not too worried because that's going to negate any sort of a Fire Blast. Unless they Lightning Bolt and Fire Blast, completely marooning themselves. I'm willing to take it. Tally-ho, says Grogberg. Rally the Grogberg. Yeah, Grogberg could be a place. It sounds like a place to me. Here we go. So normally you wouldn't want to block the 2 creature here because you'd be like, well, shoot, if they have Fire Blast, they finish me off, but the first strike damage doesn't work that way. So we're going to gain the life first. For you new players out there, watch 20. And then we take the damage. Very relevant, especially with when it has Infect. Right? This is just over, baby. We'll go boop, 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 boop. Boom, boom, boom. Here comes concession time. There is a red goblin that returns a creature to its hand. It's from Plane Shift. I think it costs 3 and a red. They could have that. And the combat. All right, we win this match. Are we going to come in at under an hour? Wow. Sorry for the fast show, but that was a real deck. This is a real deck, and we saw what the results are there. You know, having a Journey to Nowhere effect or a Sun Lance is good in theory for like what do you call that, gutter snipes and stuff. But in the end, I would just rather have that extra life gain push, make our combo work faster, be the problem faster instead of just trying to, you know, put a band-aid on things or whack-a-mole, whatever metaphor you're looking for. Yeah. Yeah, there is a red goblin, I believe, in Plane Shift. It's 3 and a red. It's a stinger, and it has echo for 1 and a red, I believe. But it says there's some sort of bounce effect. There it is. 1 and a red. Oh, the echo is 3 and a red. When this creature enters, return a target creature an opponent controls. Oh, it's a target creature too. Interesting. Well, not that good because we had protection from red. I just thought it was return a creature, so that's bad on me. But hey, what was that? 25 years ago. I think it's about that. It's about 23 years ago that came out. Yeah, Timespell is a really good place to look at. I know I bring this up a lot, but it's important. They need to come out with another set like that. One of those little rule breaker sets. Yes. All right. No on this. We're going to mulligan that. Bloop. And we will keep 4-0 at the moment. 18 years ago? I'm pretty sure my oldest was only about 3 or 4, and he was born in 2000. What's that? Because I won the Pro Tour New Orleans qualifier that was that same time. So yeah, Odyssey block. That's right, it came after that. So you're right. Keep. Put a card, any card. Do we have Vigilance? We do. This doesn't really care about counters or multiple cases of things, so I'll do that. See, done. Dropping the Armadillo. Hiya. Pretty cool artwork for an Armadillo. Definitely could not do better. I have seen one of these explode on the side of the road before. It was disgusting. Saw it from a distance, driving up on it, the little ethereal haze of like the atmosphere on those hot highways in the summertime, and I saw that it looked like a football. They're driving probably 60 miles an hour, came about, I don't know, about 100 feet up on it, and just splat. They just went pop in the sun. Nice barding. Yeah. It's almost got like what are those called? Can't believe pauldrons. Yeah, the shoulder armor of the day. Very cool. Alrighty. Alright, I'll rack in like this. We'll throw this on there just to get something going here. Let's go. I'm really afraid of that the Marauder here. I'm afraid that might come through. So Benevolent Blessing's not feeling very good here. Bye-bye, Grogberg. So for the time being, same time, same place next week for the shows. I doubt they're going to call me in this early in the morning. It could happen, though. This feels like Suey to me. All in with the Sages, doing the thing. I really want to see solid footing here. Solid footing. Nope. Well, we'll do the thing with black. So we've got a backup plan. Blop. Attack. At least we can block this beetle when it gets ginormous 9/9-ish. Well, isn't that the same thing, Dreamer Stingo? The Aristocrats, kind of a... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, Suicide Black's more of the 2/2 Sarcophage and all those ones, yeah. Good call, good call. I always forget to call it Aristocrats. It's black, it sacrifices things, so I just call it Black Sack. I know there's like... That's probably one of the widest ranging titles of completely different style lists, like my version of Black Sack with the Bone Picker and Perilous Mirror and that sort of thing, and the value sort of built in removal versus this sort of Black Sack with Aristocrats, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Flesh Reaver. When was the last time that was played? Ooh. Oh, I'll call it Aristo Black. How's that? Cut the difference. Let's go. Alrighty. We're going to block the thing we know is going to get big. As he kills the Shambler and draws some cards, probably. Sounds good to me. We don't even take the 3 damage. Check this out, huh? Might be able to play Blessing on their spells here if this keeps up. We really want to see solid footing. Darn squirrels. We might have to call green now. Such a great format. Look at all these options. I haven't seen even a similar deck. Your combo. I don't even remember what the second round was. I didn't write it down. First day combo, red deck wins, and then Arista Black. Why not? Hey, congrats on the old school card frame. Who doesn't want them to all go back to that, right? Let's get the cauldron effect in black going. Here we are. As we hope for something that isn't that which isn't the other thing. Here we go. Something that can absorb. All right, now I'm edict proof. I guess I'll just keep attacking. Don't feel safe yet. Our card draw has been a little anemic here. I hate when I use the same word twice in a day. So I had to tell the chess kiddos goodbye. I only had 2 classes left, but one of the big tenets of this job was that I had to put them first, right? So I couldn't be like, when they call, see if you're available, it's a big knock on you if you're like, well, yeah, can I be in another hour or later today because I have this thing, and that's the last thing they want in that position, which I totally get. So I had to give them a heads up that they needed to find a sub. So I wasn't able to finish out that class. It was my favorite class, so it was a little bit of a bummer, but sure enough, my class was supposed to be yesterday, late afternoon. Yesterday at about noon, they called and were like, can you do the thing? I was like, yep. Here we come. All right, there's going to be some sacrificing going on, so I'd much rather do this. Oh, Reality Fracture next October. Very nice. Easily the best format. Not sure why it's hard to get people to jump in. I know, Butterghost. I think it's just what's it called? Like there's ageism in the real world, and then there's like rareism in Magic, right? It's like, oh, it can't be that good if it's not, doesn't have gold and red, icons in the corner, right? That's why this is back in 2007. When I brought that Kiln Fiend list to the, I think it was a Legacy or Vintage, I forget which one it was, but it was only 3 rounds, but I did win it. It was a Pauper deck, and I was trying to kind of do that to showcase, like, hey, you idiots, look how strong this format is. But no. Yeah, Holy Light used to see so much action, but man, just never anymore. Oh, this is painful. Yikes, I don't like this at all. We'll call black on that too, but we might as well wait till we attack. We'll gain a life here. Do they have a sack outlet now? They do not. So there's no real reason to wait on this. I'm just going to call black on this. That'll get the counter. They don't have a sack outlet available here, so I'm just going to make it untargetable as we smash here. Yeah, that's definitely the move next turn in Chimpskey, but after seeing that Shambling Gas show up, I wanted to protect our investment there. I know we're kind of doubling down on a wide structure when we're looking to go wide with Edict Effect sort of stuff, but if they don't have it, then I'm kind of happy about this play. But this kind of feels like, the matchup when you draw dead against a deck like this just kind of goes all in, and it's like the Gutter Snipe combo, right? Or not Gutter Snipe. Yeah, I do mean Gutter Snipe. Where it's like, oh, we got a life gain protection from their deck thing, but it's not gaining enough, and they're growing the army. It's like Mordor, right? You just see the cloud coming, and you're like, we got some really good soldiers over here. They could take out like 4-1. It's like, well, they need to be 20-1 at this rate. Let's get rid of the combinations. We'll do we'll try and kill this, and then this. I know it'll get the combo, but whatever. We're gaining some life. They're doing the thing. All right. Not a land. Oh, God, there's a 17 here, and we've drawn 5 in pretty much the first 10 cards. This is nuts. Now, let's double check if this needs to be a sorcery or not. X, nope. It does not need to be, so we will do the thing. Attack. There's that's technically black, so we'll do that. Maybe we do it on defense, huh? No, they could sacrifice in response. I'd rather get the life for sure here. Let's go. So we gain 5. 6. Make it 6. The Armadillo Cloak showing up. Teach them not to block us. So glad that insect token is black and green. Problem with waiting is, you know, they've just village rights the thing and you don't gain the life and you've time walked yourself with your land. So if you're wondering, those of you watching online in the future, about what we did with that creature. Ooh, man, that's an all-in build when you're running Dark Ritual. As it should be. Pilgrim Beckoner. Paragree. The future. I don't know if we use that one in Mind Stab. Is it the first time? Maybe. Better keep a squirrel back. Yep. We will block here. And I guess here. It does do the most damage. Green will show up though. Let's go. I know, still haven't. We're still gaining life. They'd have some sacrificial effect here. They are tapped out, so this is a really good time to do the thing. Don't see any of those going down. Oh, this helps. Not that much, but a little bit. Make sure to play the land. So we can do the thing with the Armadillo Man. Attacking with both. There's no sack outlets out there yet, so take advantage of that. Gain another 6 life here. So we are truly threatening some. That's kind of a razor's close game here. Depends on what they've got. We're hellbent. They are not. Gain 6. Man. They are only at 6 life, so one more enchantment spell and our Skyguard can just get there. That insect token is black, and we are protected from black. Woo! Down goes the Shambhala. I think I might have saved that for a squirrel token, but maybe that suggests that they're really desperate and they're holding just swamps, or maybe a dark ritual. That would suck at this stage, but we all know what happens. Ooh. I've always liked Dirge of Dread. Just make everything unblockable. Technically. I was so excited when Dirge of Dread came out. I think it cycles and you can make one thing unblockable, but here we go. All right. There's no sack outlet still. So yeah, that would kill us real quick. That's a sorcery. We're taking a whole lot of damage. A lot of good crow action at the house here. I've been feeding them more than ever. And the other day, back from my walk, I saw one spot me about a mile away and follow me home. So I made sure to feed it. My wife was laughing. It's like, do you have them trained or do they have you trained? That's a very good point. They get outside and squawk at me. It's one I call Steve. He just kind of glares at me. I can have a sliver of the window open that much and he'll find a telephone wire or a roof to stand on and you just see this little head. He's going to do that. Pretty cute for a crow, if crows can be cute. We're going to kill the beetle? Wow. All right. Bye-bye, beetle. Man, where's their sacrifice effects? They just completely get rid of them, I guess. Are they waiting on me not having the armadillo answer? Let's see. Give me something not that. Come on. Ah, I don't need a... We do have that. Well, then we'll do this here. Attack, attack. Oh, cool. Ah, W. All right. Let's see. We're not going to need that. I don't think I'm going to want Deftblade. The mask. I think I can do a 2 less Skyguards in this scenario of like a, you know, the one that spits -1 damage there. So let's, I'm going to treat this as goblins, but not fully. I'm just going to bring in 2 of those and go. Emerge Unscathed. Vigilance is going to be at a premium here. Maybe I do like this. Pow. 3 blessings. 2 scathed and 2 of the others. I think we'll be all right. Solid footing, you probably argue get rid of. If they really run us over, we might make room for that. A little bit situational there, so cool. We've got Edict Insurance, and then we've got our kill card with some life gain there. So I'm going to keep that. I think I was taking very simple stats, like maybe only 20 matches, and when you keep your opening 7, this deck has like a 92% win rate. It's nuts. Mulligan can kill it. So much so that I considered adding an 18th land just to do it. You can use a Tracer. You could, that one that gives Vigilance and +1/1 just to see that when you draw it, do I want it to be a basic or do I like it being this card, etc. Oh man, this just got really tasty. We do have the thing. I think we go all in on Mr. Armadillo Cloakman here. I'm speaking early morning English. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Oh, literally, I get it from the last comment. Okay. There's a sack outlet. Zoinks, as they'd say in Scooby-Doo. My pickleball friends and neighbors are anti-horror movies, and so I'm always teasing them about being scaredy cats and pulling off my head like in the old Scooby-Doo ads and then having another mask under that and another mask under that. I just like to poke fun at them. Alrighty. I'm going to play the Artillerist here. Let me double check here. If I come at him with solid footing, if I attack and just smash with solid footing, let's do this. I'm gonna see if they have an edict. Let's go. We'll do this little friendly motion, make them think that we don't have much going on here, but we do. Yeah. Booyah. We don't get the heroic trigger, but do they have snuff out? Could be a thing, right? Yeah, when you have solid footing on there, make sure not to use the Armadillo's ability. A little bit of a mana sink. Well, at turn 2, being able to hit for 6 is pretty sweet. Really, really would like to get a protection from spell. Okay, there's nothing really speaking here. All right, all right. Wow, I think they can kill our Armadillo if they went all in here and attacked. Problem is, they can block and sack the Shambler here, so we need some protection. As much as I hate the artwork, I might argue that you want to keep 4 of these over maybe even 3 Skyguard if you're going to cut 1 2-drop spell. Just that ward is so important. I know it doesn't grow as exponential as Skyguard does, but it doesn't seem like it needs to sometimes. Hopefully you liked the top of the show. Took the movie 300 and yelled into the mic, "This is Pauper!" Used to have much more thematic shows, and so I went into the archives and pulled that one out. Oh, that's a misplay, I think. Here we go. Do they have a snuff out? Oh, man. I'm going to be so naked if I do that, but I want to do the thing. I'm going to pay our dues. We're going to do this to this. And you know what? I think the onus on this side here. I should have attacked first. I'll do this here. They're just going to sack or just kind of go all in. If it's on their turn, I'm fine with that. It's all we're really going to lose if this crazy exchange happens is solid footing in our creature. We've got Sentinel Eyes back up. Instead, we hit for 6, so that's good times. Now, if we get a pro black spell, we just win it. We've got our evasion and edict insurance, so and I had to hedge our bets there a little bit. Never lose your style, meaning like those decks that people say you're known for, whoever you are, whether it's control, burn, aggro, combo. When you go back to them, it's just like an old comfortable shoe, right? That's kind of how aggro is for me, especially like white weenie style lists and things. It's like, bring it. Yep, I think he's swinging. Yep. Alrighty. We're going to block here. I know we're going to be losing this armadillo, but we'll be taking a lot less damage. We'll be taking damage from the Mortician Beetle for sure. Yep. There be no joke, senor. We don't have first strike. Or wither in the form of infect, which is usually when I have a Sentinel's Eyes and solid footing on a creature. Historically, it's been a Priests of Norn. That beetle's going to hit us. Probably in the low teens, maybe even under that. Too early in the morning for math. Gotta lose one more to save their vampire outlet. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. If we draw planes here, we can just we can bring back Sentinel's Eyes and then just double Spirit Link and smash. It's not going to be that great of a smash, no. But we don't have to really worry about a Shambling Ghast, right? If we're having a Akroan Skyguard or whatever it's called, they just sacrifice it in response and zip, we're dead. There's who we were talking about. Okay. Boy, that guy's going to hit really, really hard, isn't he? Skyguard will make that a 3/3. That will gain us 3. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have to have a blocker for that, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we have to play the Aerialist to stay alive here. Do I want to attack even? No, this is a sacrifice turn. Let's do this. I'll bring out the Aerialist. Let's try and live here. These cards can fool people sometimes. It usually has flying, right? So they're like, can you attack? Can't you? I don't know. All right, so we have to block here. I'll block here. Let's do that. Still take quite a bit. Really need some land here. Fun match. Funny how many protection from black spells we have, and we still want more. It's crazy. I'm going to go all in with the wards here. We haven't really seen any... did we see Cast Down the game one? No, we didn't. That was the other black deck, wasn't it? I thought we saw Cast Down. Am I going crazy? once. We're at 6. That's right, Goblin combo deck. That's right. This is probably going to lean mostly on Marauders and or... are we just dead here? What are they doing? Flinging something or... Yeah, looks like we're dead. Going to game 3 for the 3rd time today. And a few WWs in there. We're 4-0 right now. Some sort of fling effect. Let's see what their weapon of choice is. Rite of consumption. There it is. Bloop. This is damage. Yeah. Not a fan of damage. Like loss of life, but were we playing prismatic strands? Deck doesn't really be able to support the mana for prismatic strands. A little greedy. All right. Good for them. We got a little bit of drama here. We're bringing in both more masks here. I'm going to get rid of the Unscathed. A Blessing. This could be a pretty fun little outing, but again, it's a 1/1 body that I'm going to have to keep alive. So let's just treat this as goblins. Let's go in heavy in the paint. Boop, boop. A whole lot of vigilance, whole lot of sitting back, gaining life, and making our opponent's lives miserable. We've only got 2 Skyguards for the aforementioned Shambling Ghast. So there's that. It's funny, I got spotted twice yesterday by people that play pickleball in town. Pauper and pickleball. That's what'll be on my gravestone. Alrighty, would I like to play first? And really good friend and great dad. I would like to have on there too. Yes, I want to play first. We have the technology. We can do this. We've got the cloak. I think I'm going to keep this. We can always spirit link their other dude. I'm going to keep it. Let's gamble. It's time to play Pauper Ball. Yeah, I got to make a new deck. Or I mean, a new style of game here. If we get that pro black, we're going to be set because we've got Sentinel's Eyes. Chest boxing. I keep meaning to look up or watch that. My mom was like, "Don't miss that segment." I was like, "All right, that sounds really weird." Come on, land. Let's go. Let's get this right. I'm going to invest here. I think I'd much rather have our heroic trigger here. I'll use the Armadillo Cloak as a speed bump. Ward 1 isn't that hard to get around. Yeah, you have to bring a Pauper deck and you reveal a card at random, and then the casting cost is how many times you can let the ball bounce or something. Give me a planes. Give me a planes. Planes. Let's go. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's do this to this. Do they have the thing? We'll see. It's a little too early to go all in on Vampire with Spirit Link here. I'm going to do this. They have a Snuff Out. They're going to use it now. They don't. First strike, pretty nasty. Spirit Link artwork's pretty sweet. There's some white bordered ones you do not want. You want to get this one. We are all inextricably linked, souls woven in tapestry. Pretty cool. Much better than some of the Avatar quotes. They're just trying to over-explain the world instead of assuming that the viewer knows what's going on. I'd rather make the audience happy that already knows it, and the other one intrigued. Oh, okay, we've got the answer for that. At least for this turn. Do they have an Unearth to follow it up? That would really suck. It's pretty cool when... Yeah. And he's going to sacrifice it. Yep. We're in trouble, folks. Choose this. When it dies, it comes back. Good news about Sentinel's Eyes, you're never really all in. We're going to lose two permanents here, but we do have this here. So, all right. That non-token clause is so killer, man. What an upgrade. So many ways around that normally. Another reason to maybe bring in Deftblade if we were going to a game 4, but I think our opponent's got our number on this one. I don't agree with this play. I always like to put Marauder back in any deck that has Unearth. It's just a 2-1 body. It's like, yeah, it's 1 more damage, but I don't know what's in their hand, though. Maybe they have another Accursed Marauder, and it's worth it to them. Let's see. Okay, let's do the Spirit Link on this because we don't want to die real soon. Well, that's a bummer. Not too big of a hit. They're not going to sacrifice in response? Oh, a little bit of a misplay, I think. Sack the Fiend, you get it, you remove it for good. That's a strange choice. Taken 3, wish we had Holy Light. That'd be a neat ability to just like wave your fingers around and just have some random like hate card that nobody ever plays show up in your list, right? Linebreaker. I think they were really relying on that Bloodthrone Vampire for the kill. There might be another Bloodthrone Vampire in our future, so I think I'm just going to chill out. They know what they're doing. Remember, the damage happens first, and I believe the Spirit Link ability goes on the stack. So if they can do 16 first, including the vampire damage, it can be a thing. Don't think we're going to go undefeated today, guys. Really feels like we're not going to win this one, but it's about time. 4-1, that's not too bad. Mostly meta decks. Hopefully you like my changes to Heroic and my reasonings for why. All right, we're going to have to put that Spirit Link on the Beetle. Solid Footing showing up. That's not going to help anybody, is it? Let's bring out the Pain. I think they have it if they do the sacrificial thing. Nope, I don't see it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Not much can save us now, folks. All right, they got us. So there's Heroic. We finally lose. Go 4-1. Boop, boop, boop. What did we learn? I really like this deck. Right before the show happened, so I had 3 Sunlances against like my goblin. What's that guy's name? The shooter, the gutter snipe. That's what I'm talking about. And I realized that, waiting around for 1 damage against him or the Flame Breather, I was very vulnerable to a Hexproof. So I knew if I didn't have any Leave No Trace, I was going to see Hexproof the first round. So you can't really sit on this and hope trample damage isn't a thing that happens. So obviously you call green and never white on this when you're up against Hexproof. But to combat more red, I went with all 3 lifelinks. It's usually only 2 in the sideboard, bringing our life count up to like 7 on that angle. And then between that and this, usually able to be more of the problem, focus on things. As you move forward with this list, the Skyguard, as awesome as it is, there's just so many ways depending on what you're up against. I often will cut 1 or 2 of these in the sideboard options, and I will often favor a combination, as you saw, between Blessing, Homestead Courage, Scathed, or if you want to get rid of the combo in Solid Footing to make room for some of the hate you want there. Because against especially like a really high-end red list like, RDW or whatnot, you want to that redundancy is so key. That's how they get you. That's how you get them back, is just first strike, 7/7 lifelink, vigilance, and you're just as to quote what's that guy, Varric, got to do the thing, Julie, for the avatar thing. So hopefully next week I'll be here at the same time. It should be. And I will try my best. If you have any avatar cards that you think can work, airbender cards in Pauper, please send them to paupergan@gmail.com. Not a card, but like a list that you think X, Y, and Z card work in. So, and we'll go from there. Anyway, y'all, see you next week. Hopefully I'll be a little bit better rested. Probably not, but the holidays are coming up for here in the States with Thanksgiving and all. But until then, we're going to go out with an old classic Disc and Shine with the, Nevinroll's Disc for you old timers out there. Anyway, guys, see you same time, same place next week. Hopefully, asterisks on Propaganda.
Honey, I just can't get this darn thing clean.
Well, Boop, have you tried Nevinroll's Disc and Shine?
What's that?
Nevinroll, Disc and Shine for that apocalyptic clean. Longer lasting shine. Maybe forever.
Nevinroll's products available at all Singer Super Source product named Super Evil. Nevinroll's products not responsible for actual apocalypse.
Hey everybody, it's deluxeicoff from PauperRBust. If you want the ultimate deck box in luxury, deck engineering, and of all things toughness, the Mach 3 by LDB Duel is insanely impressive, and I'm hard to impress. Let's zoom in on here. We've got your typical backside with the dice compartment, and of course our PauperRBust sleeved cards. But what's really cool about this is the entire front comes off for when you're not playing. It comes on nice and easily, robust, thick. It's a monster.